Today, I want to talk about something that I hear a lot, and it's like, how do I make, I hear this from business owners and leaders all the time. I want things to be different. I can't keep doing it this way. Something has to change, something has to give, and they mean it. And here's what happens during busy seasons, growth seasons, deadline seasons, high pressure seasons. That decision gets buried under urgency. The biggest mistake I see, leaders confuse deciding with changing. They decide they want something different, but nothing changes in how they actually lead, how work flows, or how decisions even get made. So they push harder, they work more hours, and they keep trying harder and harder, but don't get the results they want. They stay reactive and they tell themselves, I'll just fix it later. But the truth is, later never comes. So here's what I want you to hear me say: busy seasons aren't the problem, they're an actual mirror to what's really going on. They reveal where your business or your leadership lacks clarity, structure, or support. And real change doesn't come from fixing everything, it comes through one intentional shift, one micro action. And then how things change, it's like a compound of micro actions. And something as simple as one boundary you stop avoiding, one decision you stop carrying alone, one way of leading you choose to do differently. That's how momentum actually begins. But here's what happens when nothing changes. You tell yourself you'll deal with it when things slow down or down the road, but then they don't. Another season, another year passes. And the cost isn't just long hours, it's mental exhaustion, decision fatigue, being the constant bottleneck. And you start questioning whether leadership always has to feel this heavy. So here's what I want to leave you with. You don't need a massive overhaul. You don't need more motivation. You don't need to be at a certain stage of your business. You need one small change you're willing to follow through on right now in this very moment. So I want you to ask yourself, what's the one thing I could do differently this week that would make my leadership feel calmer? That would make me feel calmer? And if you're a leader who knows something needs to change, whether you're running a growing business, leading a team, or carrying too much alone, and you want support figuring out what that next step looks like, comment ready or send me a message and let's chat. No pressure, no labels, just a conversation. Because real change doesn't start with deciding, it starts with leading differently and looking at things differently. And it's those small micro actions that make all the difference in the world. I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you soon.